This is the mobile app for Android platforms. Let's take a look at the menu. Here you'll find Setup, Plan, Track, About the Diet, and Help. Let's first start under Setup, taking a look at our start date. You may either select the recommended Dr. Simeon's protocol by selecting Recommended, or you may override it and change your phase 2, 3, or 4 days. As well, under Manual Override, you may add rounds, multiple rounds, 2, 3, and 4. The dates will automatically be calculated. When you finish, press OK. The next item under Setup is your first weight, taken the morning of Phase 1. I've also entered my goal of what I want to lose and pressed OK. Now let's set up our first measurement. Because I started the app by telling it I was female, it's included measurements for female. The update icon updates only the food database. WebSync allows you to directly synchronize all of your data to our web cloud server. You can push the data from your device to our server, or if you've made changes on our website at hcgcompanion.com, you may push those changes directly to your device or multiple devices with the same login. Under Preferences, you're allowed to add integrations with the Withings Wi-Fi scale that you can find at withings.com. Additionally, you may change your weight preference units to be either English or metric, and your food, English or metric, and turn on and off daily tips. For more security and privacy, you may select to lock the app by entering a passcode, confirming the passcode, entering a security question and answer in the event you forget it. Notifications is a powerful feature which notifies you of many different options during your designated phases at selected times. I will select my first notification to weigh myself. Now I will select one time, however, may select multiple times. I've selected 6:45 a.m. and I'd like to weigh myself at that time and have a notification reminder from phases 1 through life, and I will save that notification. I will see under notifications it has appeared here with all the phases included, during which I will receive the notification to my mobile device. You may click the X to delete those notifications. The X at the top exits the screen. We've now included an apple day, according to Dr. Simeon's protocol, eating up to 6 apples and skipping your regular lunch dinner during P2. Under Steak Day, in P3 or 4, if you go over 2 pounds, you can have the Steak Day option turn on automatically. Refer to the Dr. Simeon's protocol for information about steak days. During Phase 2, on the home screen, you may select whether you're taking hCG by injection or sublingually and how many times you would like that icon to appear on your home screen. Now, in P2, you may select the food items which appear in your daily P2 planning. If you do not want to see certain food items appear, for example, fruit, or oranges under fruit, or onions under veggie, or under protein I may deselect beef and eggs. When I'm planning under P2, they will not appear. Let's move on to planning. I'm in P2 so when I click on meal planning, I will automatically see lunch as being the first meal to plan, my veggies, fruit, and protein options. I've done some pre-planning, so you'll see a few selections already made. But note the eggs and the beef have not appeared under protein, and under fruit the oranges have disappeared as I set that up in my main menu setup. I see that the calories are being counted as well for lunch, and now pressing dinner, my protein, my fruit, and veggie. I press the arrow to go to the next day, and I may plan dinner veggie as well, fruit, and my protein. I will see my calories counted for both meals, and may move to the next day. If I click on today's menu, I will see those options load. Using the green arrow, I may advance day by day. Here I see that I've forgotten my protein during dinner. You may always return back to P2 planning to plan those items which are missing. Very convenient is a shopping list organized by phase. You will see it is also organized by week, and you may select off the items which you've planned. Under the Can I Eat section, you'll see that we've organized the food groups into main categories. I'm in my phase 2, and if I want to look up other phases, I may choose them here. I will select on meat and note that it is categorized by group, food, I see on the right, amount and calories, and whether or not it is allowed in this phase. I may further look into groups by pressing the group button and select one to make the list smaller. I may check the food item to see if it is allowed in other phases. I will change my main food category to fruit and select my phase 3. Note that I also have a scroll bar which appears to help me move more quickly down the list. I will change to my phase 4 and phase life to see if those food items are allowed. Likewise, I can always check another food group. Here I've selected prepared meals, and I will use my finger to scroll and/or to obtain the scrolling bar. I will select Menu to navigate back to the app options. Let's take a look at tracking. Here, I'm going to select my weight graph. I can select on the green button to change today's weight. You may enter it even with a decimal. If you use your finger to slide across, you will see previous weights as well. If you select the red flag, you may change those previous weights if you've made a mistake or if you started the diet late. And I'll slide back to today. There are additional charts for weight, body fat, and water. Let's take a look at the measurement graph. Here you'll see we entered the first graph view, which is the radar. I've used my finger to slide back and forth between days, and I see all my measurements. Green is indicated by either maintained measurement or a loss. However, if it changes to red, I know that I've actually gained an inch. You'll see the red now appear. I note that my first measurement was 33, and now 43 was entered with a gain of 10. I may select the individual body part to see a graph of just that area. And to go back to the main radar view, deselect. If you question how to measure, press the I and you will have instructions. The light bulb will always give you additional information. Let's go back to the menu under Tracking and take a look at Notes. The Notes calendar will appear. There are many items to look at here. We note there is Calendar, Journal, and Meal Planning. We also note our phase, the day that we're in, how many more we have to go, how much weight we've lost, our goal, and how many more to go to meet our goal. The legend below also helps us identify on the calendar when we followed the protocol, indicated by a blue circle. If we cheated yesterday, which might indicate why a following day we'll have gained weight. If we've cheated, in purple, lost weight in green, maintained the same weight from a previous day in blue, or gained weight in red. If you select any of the items from the legend, it will only isolate those on the calendar so that you may see only days you may have cheated, days where you have lost weight, days where you have maintained, and you can even select two at the same time, lost and maintained. Make sure to deselect to see a full grid view. As well, you'll see blue push pins on the calendar indicating a day which has not been planned. If you press the blue push pin, it will start the planning. Here, I see that I'm missing a veggie in my dinner, and that's why the blue push pin had appeared. I may navigate to future days as well, or return back to the menu and press on Notes to see my days. You will note that the blue push pin has disappeared on the 4th. Now that day has been planned. If I select Journal, I may enter notes, attach photos, decide whether I've followed the protocol, cheated, or lost weight. Once you've entered your note, press OK. Remember to always fill in all the information to indicate your weight loss during that day. Let's take a look at planning on the 6th. Now dinner, my veggie, my fruit, and my protein. Let's go back to notes. We should see the blue push pin has disappeared. If I now select on that day, press meal planning, I will see the items that I've planned with the total calories. That is the notes section. I can't really demonstrate photos as I'm connected to a computer. However, you would add a photo from your gallery or camera, and they're stored by phase in folders. You can flag them to have a slideshow by phase, or just to see those that you've flagged. You may also email photos. Clicking on the diet will help you understand the protocol. We've also added the audiobook. You can listen to each segment online of the pounds and inches. I will click one of the chapters and it will start to play. At any time you may pause, advance, or go back within that chapter. By clicking on the phases, you will load specific and strict instructions for each one of the phases according to the protocol. Use the magnifying glass if it appears too large on your screen. And finally, if you are following the protocol as a vegetarian, we've included a few vegetarian recipes. Again, use the magnifying glass to bring it down to the size of your screen. Lastly, you may look for site information, help, video guides, even meet members on our forum, and/or send technical email directly to us. Lastly, let's take a look at Phase 3, 4, and Life, food planning. Meal planning is completely different in P3 through Life, as you are allowed to eat certain things depending on the phase. Here you'll note at the top, we're in Phase 3, we see the date. We're going to be planning for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and drinks. Breakfast is highlighted, so I will scroll and find something to eat for breakfast. I may directly put it in my shopping cart by pressing the shopping cart, and that portion will be added with the calories calculated at the top. Or I may select on the actual portion and change it 3 times the amount, or even just a quarter of the amount. By pressing L for lunch, I can even check other group items, change the portions, and have it directly added to my day's meal. Dinner. I see that I am allowed these food items. I will add them to my meal planning. I will change some of the portions. And lastly, snacks and drinks. If I select the shopping basket here, I will see my breakfast with the calories, lunch with the calories, dinner, and my snacks and drinks. If I press the X, I may eliminate any one of those food items. I may plan directly from the screen other days. I'm going to return back now to my main calendar under Notes to see that the pushpin has been removed from the 13th because that day has been planned. Under my meal planning for the 13th, I will see those food items with the calculated calorie totals. And that is planning in Phase 3, 4, and Life.